Hello. How are you guys? Travis, you've been waiting. Hey, Inkta. Is music not too loud? A tiny bit, perhaps, huh? Alright. So I have already done my LMU downloads. I've not done the iRacing download yet. We should probably do the iRacing updates in the background. However, I believe the interface is down, so that's not going to happen. I believe we can close this, close this, close this, close this, close that. And now we just play LMU first. iRacing is still going to be down for a little. Bullet for Justice, Luca. Hello, hello. Rody. Of course, Rody is here. So first thing is probably oh, I need to buy something first, probably, right? For LMU before anything works. So let me start the game, see how that works. It's starting. Or it says this. We won't need that. SimuCube, I can already go into my profile. And then we also have to see if the SimuCube plugin for LMU actually works. And if we will be able to do something with the... Hello, Sabba33. Endemic F1 fan 92, is that your age? Your birth year, of course. Policy updates, of course we read it. The red is coming through nicely. So, season pack, more detail, I guess. Season pass, race, unlock all current and future DLC with Race Control Pro. That car is free. So how would that work? Packs. Unlock all current and future DLC with Pro. So what can we do here? Now a website opens. And you can, oh, they are smart. You can, oh, you can get this monthly. So what my plan was to, I need to go Pro Plus. Let me show you the website. Because, where is it? Here. Dortmund, waiting for an appointment, watching you. Dortmund. Not too far. Just, I think 3 hours from here. Yeah, so, I think the first thing we gotta talk about is this. Actually, ignore the... We don't need the pedal, probably, here. Let me... turn that off here? Is it gonna be here still? No, then it's off as well here. Nice. Anyway. So, we have the choice. So, no, we need to start this differently. Race Control Pro is essentially what iRacing is as a whole, right? So iRacing is something like 10 a month, a little less if you pay yearly. So yeah, so that's a drastic discount here. 84 per year, just 7 a month. If you pay monthly, it's twice that, so it's a 50% discount if you go yearly. Which I totally get in their position. They gotta get heaps of money in now, so... it doesn't make sense for them. They don't have to think providing the service a full year in case this all fails, right? But this is fair enough to collect the money. All right, so 84 a year. I don't want to do this a full year. I just want to have the content for testing. So I was thinking that perhaps it would be smart to just go with just pay 1 month essentially and get all the content for the time being. The other option would be in the game, where the DLC pack GT3 is 17 euro. Mind you, we're still in early access. It does not include the main game. It includes temporary access to everything. You know? This is the plan with Race Control Pro. So if you just take the Pro, not the Pro without the Plus, you will get, well, €8 a month. You're not getting the game content. If you go with Pro Plus, you get the game content as well. But you're right. Does it include the game? Because it just says DLC, right? So it would be interesting. Unlocks all DLC on the More Ultimate and R Factor 2, but it seems like you need to own the base game. Hey, Luke. Okay, so you need to get the base game plus pay 14 a month or 80 a year. So how much is the base game right now? What does Steam say? How much is the base game right now? Library, Le Mans Ultimate, store page. I'll have it for you in a second. Currently, the game is 35 in the store. So in theory, you'd have to add 35 to the 84 here. Then we're sitting 120. So 120 for a year of LMU all content, basically. That's more than iRacing. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, so what do we do here? I guess we gotta go for that 1 month where we have everything. Just gotta get the math right here. And that's if you pay yearly, not monthly, right? Monthly is 140 plus 2 more months. So 168 plus base game. That is basically €200 for 1 year. So the point here is just it's more expensive than iRacing, or there's chances for it to be more expensive than iRacing, or it is at least equally expensive as iRacing, but it's not cheaper. No, iRacing, not all its content, you're right. But you're right, that's a fair point. That in iRacing you have to buy each content piece on top. That's kind of true. But then again, LMU just doesn't have that amount of content in the first place, right? Even if you wanted it to have more. And then they're throwing RF2 in here to just say, hey, there's more, but nobody's playing that. Everybody's coming here for LMU. I doubt anybody is coming here for R Factor 2. So, okay. So, before getting Pro, please join Race Control. Okay. I guess we quickly do that. We don't, apparently. So that went well. Register. You unlock a bunch of useful benefits. I don't have a Discord account. Good job. Good job. So let me finish this up here. Connect Discord account, but it's all already done. Anyway, let's see how this works. Okay, I think we're signed up. So now we can go back to the subscriptions that are not there. So we go to the main page. And let me find RC Pro. There we go again. Sorry, I'll manage. All right. So now we can finally pay. Oh, come on. Faster, please. PayPal checkout would be nice, but it's coming later. I don't want to enter that much stuff. Blah. Do they really need my address? Like, I don't see that necessity. Why do they need the address? Doesn't make any sense. I do not like. Okay, at least they can do without the phone. No, I don't have the season pass. Yeah. It's just but it would be better if it would have PayPal checkout, then you didn't have to enter that much stuff. Ah, okay. So it's $14 without tax. That's the weirdest thing. Don't present the price if it's not the price. Like, you click on something and it's not the price. The price is actually $17. I don't know. I mean, I'm doing this, of course, because I do the content, but I find it a bit drastic. Mind you, we're getting 4 cars. Yeah. Actually, let me edit the billing, because then it's gonna be... There we go. Here anyway, let's pay that. Paying through a company anyway. But yeah, you see. So first hurdle, I think, is taken, and now we will have to find out if it actually, if the content is going to be available in the game. Does it say anywhere how we... Please allow a couple of minutes for the purchase to proceed, or to process. Okay. So we gotta wait. Shall we just restart the game, perhaps, and then see how that goes? Or how would you say we go about it? More detail. Upgrade. We are... You have this, you have this. So, where my content at? If anything, iRacing can raise the price. Yeah, it's 200 if you buy every month for a year. That is correct. Well, more actually, because we're now sitting at $17 already. But yeah, euro-dollar conversion is pretty much 1-to-1 right now, is it not? So it's... Now it's already 200, just the monthly payments, plus 35 for the base game. So it's like, we're talking 230, 240 now for a year of early access. Look, if it all works in the end, but just having iRacing on one side with working online system, thousands of players, huge variety in cars, and then you have LMU just making it into the screen here at a higher price. Streamers will pay for it because I'm doing this as a service here for you guys. So of course I'm buying that. But yeah, I'm not sure everybody will. You can go for the single payment, of course. But then you don't have the Race Control Pro stuff. So too many different layers to look into here, really. Online champion. So you're not, basically, if you buy the game via Steam normally and the DLC via Steam, you're not going to have online championships, whatever extended registration is, priority driver reports, and then you have it for free and just buy the game in Steam. Also an option. I'm not exactly sure what they mean by online championships. If there's a, do they have their own inside the game hosting still? Yeah. You got the pro only, but you still pay something on top, right? Driver profile is part of the feature list. Yeah, it's kind of... Thanks. I find with LMU the LMP2 constantly swaps ends when I change it down. Oh, you mean downshift? You probably... I don't know if you can add manual throttle blips to prevent that. But anyway, okay, we talked about the pricing point. Seems a lot. Let's move on, okay? Let me restart the game just to see if we will already have the content. And we can probably lower the music some more. Game launching. Well, I think it is. It says so. I would show you, but it's just a Steam launching screen. Maybe it doesn't. Okay, so we did the race control thing and now it doesn't start anymore. There. What matters most is on the page road. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let me try starting the game once more. I think it's coming now. Yeah, looks better. I guess we just go... Is there going to be online sessions with latest content? Probably not, right? Hey, Rodriguez. I have no clue. I have no clue how this is gonna go. Okay, they changed the menu here a bit. Weekly, daily, posted. Okay, let's see what daily has to offer, if there's anything. But I think it's only gonna be from tomorrow? No, there's something. Starts 4 p.m. And we have fixed at Spa in 26 minutes. So probably just do that, right? Then we go with a register. Most certainly we're going to go with a BMW. Do we have the WRT card? There we go. I think that's the one. Pretty sure that's going to be the one. Yep. Register. Yeah, I need to check clock a bit today. Meeting with a friend in the evening, just not quite sure when exactly. So I think 5 p.m. is going to be too late, perhaps. Posted has sessions. Okay, but let's just try the official thing here for now. I'm going to practice, because that, I guess, gives us the best... Probably the best impression here. Does it matter if the server's full? Not really, right? Yeah, and that is the thing, right? Game is still in early access, and I feel like pretty much just like from the beginning, this early access always felt a bit like a scapegoat to just say, or to just be able to earn early, and releasing whatever they had at the time. But nothing matters if the end result is fine. But yeah, it's price point versus where the game is at, right? A bit. I don't think they're too actively communicating it as early access still. At least I haven't seen it. But you're right. It's less early access than it is crowdfunding at this point, right? You're crowdfunding the development, so you could just do it at what were these platforms? What are they called? Anyway, game is loading, says 100%. And it advances. We do not have an issue. Consider me surprised. Okay, 220. So when it's fixed, then we should now be able to adjust car setup. We have virtual energy. Let's do half a tank. What was 70 was full? Okay, let's go 35. And then... I guess that's gonna be it. Yeah, I will need the brake force. So, wheel is calibrated correctly. We need to bring back the pedals. That worked. That is really good. This means I can have the same pedal cam as ACC and LMU. I would say the field of view is a bit wrong though. Where is the field of view? Is it here? Huh. It's already fairly low. I don't know, it seems like I'm sitting very far back. I probably need to adjust the seat a little to have a similar kind of ACC view. Well, we stick to that for now, okay. Then we have to probably go to these settings here. I've already talked to one of the guys over at LMU. What they're essentially saying is, as pro driver, you want to have traction control kick in early. But you want it to kick very, very little. So what we're going to do is put TC power cut to low levels. Brake bias we're just going to leave. ABS, I don't know. Let's just stick to 11 and see where we end up. Which track was it? Spa. So we go right. So FPS are 150 pretty much. Going between 140, 150. So that's all fine. Okay, force feedback is... does anybody know the force feedback shortcut? Because this might be a little strong. By the way, good thing. I'm letting go off the wheel. It self-centers, does not oscillate. Other games take notice. It's possible. Oh. Force feedback is so strong, I lost my emergency button. I think it's just gonna hang here. Okay, what I was gonna do is see if the ABS has like a qualitative sound to it, or if it's just on or off, so to say. There's like an intensity noise. No, it's just like how often it engages. That makes it sound louder. Stop an FFB menu settings. Yeah, let's do that really quick because this is like 10,000% here. Just really quick. Force feedback strength isn't too high, so we should probably do this on car level. Let me quickly go to the garage once more because I think it's here. Oh, it used to be here, no? Or did they move that? I think it was moved. Yeah, nah, okay. No, then it's in fact here. Controls, force feedback, that is super strong. Invert, no. Let's go 30. No. Drive. Does the wheel feel dead around center? No, let me get there. Let's warm up the tires because cold tires are bad to judge. Let's do a lap and then speak force feedback. Like when it's cold, there's very little, right? Oh, it does not save my settings here. Let's go lower. That's better. I think the force feedback feeling here is always like around the center it's pretty stiff, and then when you've overcome the initial steering, then it goes into this kind of what feels like permanent friction feeling. Okay, ABS, you get some sort of rattling vibration in the wheel, but it's more, I think. Okay, there's also some new tire scrubbing. Listen to it. Sounds like your dog has climbed into some water drainage pipe of plastic and you're trying to pull it out while it claws into the plastic. Okay, some tire noise. And if you overdo it, it goes from scrubbing to... Speaking from experience. Well, let's say she's very, what is it, not, is it noisy? No. Is it noisy? No. Well, she's very, very interested in things outside. Okay, you really have to press hard to activate the ABS there. Pro subscription does not include base game. You guys, also you have to take note that my brain. The GT3s, the LM GT3s in WEC have a little less power and I believe also less downforce than SRO has. So naturally, lap times should be slower than in ACC. I can brake way later then, because we're going so much slower on the straight. Okay, the default setup is very understeery, to say the least. Okay, and the car, when the ABS kicks, the car is certainly not just going straight. So that would be the first kind of difference I feel from ACC. That when in ACC you slam the ABS, it just works kind of so flawlessly, be that realistic or not. That you can just slam it, the car's going to go straight. But here, if you turn in and brake too hard and the ABS engages, then the car starts kind of pulling left and right a little. Right? Hard to show. Maybe it's just that it kind of pulls on the steering wheel and that causes it to go left and right. But it's the same thing in the end. Did they fix the tire noise? Let me go down a gear or up a gear. You hear this? Hello back to Ukraine, guys. I hope you are doing somewhat okay. And if you steer too much, well, not here, gotta be faster, then you'd have the squeaky tire noise. Let's talk to this. So the main thing is, what I would say now, let's say, assuming the tires are warm now, or they show green, so I guess they are. Something like 70, 80 degrees. So, by now we can start judging. The initial force feedback, like there's resistance, and as soon as you go into slip, it's irrelevant how much slip, basically, there is. The force feedback will always stay exact same force, regardless of how much slip you're using, right? So it still kind of does not communicate if you're doing too much or too little. But yeah, also the car doesn't respond in this zone. So we only need very, very little steering. And you could almost say, what is it here? 30, 40 degrees, something like that, maybe 50. And then it already, the forces kind of, they drop a little. The resistance goes away a tiny bit. It's still there. Okay, but it's kind of constant force. And I always find it difficult that once you're at this point, then you don't really know, is that the steering angle, is that the steering, that. It's all the same, exact same force for all these steering angles, right? So you get very little information whether or not there's any use to doing that. Or maybe that means we're already too far and we can live with much less steering. The zone where there's a tiny bit of resistance in the beginning, that seems to be different from 5 degrees later. So it's this range here. You barely can see the steering wheel, because after that it's already... Yeah. No, you can see it here. We can turn this much, then the force goes away. But the car still has a tiny bit left there. So we need to go a little bit into this... I don't know... vague friction. Sorry, Dennis. Issues? No, I don't have issues. It's just not the force feedback I'm used to. It probably tells me everything I would need. But I'm definitely driving more visually than I'm driving with FFB. Nice. Maybe I mean, Dennis, you can tell me, and you probably understand what I mean, right? There's this initial resistance, and then a couple degrees in, it's gonna kind of drop a tiny bit, but then stays a constant force. Is that like on purpose? And does that tell me that past the peak of the steering force, we are already steering too much? Or is there more to have in some situations? But here, yeah, it doesn't respond, just produces temperature. Okay, that's a bit tricky. Like when you're coming from ACC, you go for the turn, hit the brakes, and the ABS kicks in. Then you don't quite know where you're gonna end up line-wise, because the car goes left-right a little bit with the ABS active. James, thank you. Hi. Okay, maybe we need to go higher in the ABS, because we're running 8 right now. Let's see what 11 does. I think the issue that we're getting is when people say the car is floaty, they don't mean the car is floaty. They mean that the force feedback does not give them the information that what they need to do, where they need to stop steering. Like the vagueness is that there's no response from the game in a certain range of steering, which all games have, right? It's the same for all games. The matter is just how they communicate that information, that in the steering range there is nothing to have for you. Yeah, exactly. So the tire basically can take the turn with 40 degree steering input, and the tire can take it the same way with 50 or 60 or 70. It's just gonna produce more heat, but it's not gonna rotate faster. And I think people also need to take a look at that. Like when we crank the wheel fully on the GT3, so all the way till the end stop, on tire level, that means 20 degrees, okay? It's not a lot. And we're also driving a fixed setup, so this perhaps... Yeah, ABS 11 is much smoother. The car doesn't go left and right then. What's the constant? Yeah, I don't know. I've played around with it. I couldn't feel anything useful really there when I last tried, when I set up the SC2. But maybe Dennis can comment also on what the constant force feedback is. So it seems like ABS, we're just gonna go maximum. Seems the most predictable. Seems like it, yeah. I don't know what happens when we go lower. Let's try 1. But the game doesn't have really force feedback settings, so it makes no sense to adjust them. I like that the smoke is in the air so long there from the dust. Or the dust is in the air so long. Okay, now ABS is really late. Gotta try one more time. Let's see how many light years we're off. Oh. What time did we have? It didn't clock it. Oh, that's why probably. This is a cut, I guess? Lap will not count, okay. Ah, you can't see my cameras above it. Okay, so in this car we'll never need 6th gear. The car's understeering a bit in the turns, to say the least. But I guess that's just the default set. Your sound is not okay? What do you mean? It looks okay here on my graph. Dropouts. Weird. But just the game audio or just the mic? Sounds good to you. No issues here. Okay. Just... the brake bias seems a little rearward. So every time we go for low ABS, the rears lock quite easily. So maybe we're just going to go forward a little bit. Find the point where we have... Yeah, cheers guys. We have both front and rear locking more simultaneously. Is this better than ACC? Well, you're asking the wrong guy. Also, Dennis, while you're here, what does the TC slip angle actually do? Does a higher value mean it allows more slip before engaging, or does a higher value mean it's allowing less slip? Ah, come on, the off-track is annoying there. Like, extremely annoying. So that was again invalid in Eau Rouge. Oh yeah, there's... We need to try afterwards without the fixed setup, because once you're in the turn, you're in the turn. It's not gonna move anymore. Higher value early activation. TC slip lateral, TC longitudinal. I don't know about you, but it would be easier if those values or if these names were there. But cheers. Still a bit towards the rear. So somebody screenshot the chat that traction control is longitudinal, flip is lateral TC, and cut, how much it cuts when activated. So I think we can deal with something like this probably and slip. Let's see some more. The GT3s are different in the sense that they have less power and that's downforce, I believe. Let's see if we can drive Eau Rouge Velvet. Was it really a GT3 or was it something else? Because it seemed like the generic car. Don't tell me that's invalid as well. That will not count. Okay, they were serious about the white line there. Okay, we do not get any rotation on throttle, so we can try less. Do you know how service will work? I don't know, but I'm afraid with this race control system, the dedicated server will not be available just to anyone. Not just like that. Okay, the good thing is when the car slides, like you can catch it back. The tires will find the grip if you stop the braking, okay? And it tells you, so I could hear it, I could feel it, all in time. I could definitely see it. So I think that part is okay. But let's go higher with the ABS again. I think the weird thing here, hey mate, have you played already? Mr. Call sign. I'm just gonna try out with the ABS here. Because I felt with ABS 1 you had very, very late engagement, but it doesn't seem too hard because you're already careful with braking. But if you go very, very high on the ABS, it's also smooth. But I felt like somewhere in between the car would kind of just have this left and right movement while braking. But yeah, needs more time to figure out the exact level here. And what do you think, Ricardo Claro? So this is valid. Come on. Yes, this is valid for once. Render very bad. What do you mean? Server starts in 1 minute. Oh, I'm not getting any information here. Yeah, it kind of, when you have ABS not on maximum, not on minimum, it kind of feels a bit surprising when it engages into which direction it's going to pull the car. But something you can definitely get used to. Track surface interaction there on the curb on entry feels a bit bouncy. Sometimes pulls left, sometimes pulls right. Here the turn in from the curb is a bit sensitive. Oh, okay. We did not have a valid lap. Okay, join event, I guess. You don't understand what's going on. Tire load at the center and at low speeds is muted. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. It's like you have resistance in the first couple degrees of steering. And then afterwards, it's just like all the same from 30 to 180 degree, right? The same resistance. As you say, the rest is okay. It's just like, it seems you only need 30 degrees of steering or something. The rest is irrelevant, just produces temperature. It's kind of this enhanced understeer effect of AC somewhat. Because I feel in AC it scales a bit, right? The more you're off from peak slip, the lighter the FFB gets, or so it's more a sharper drop. Plus, it has a buildup. And here the FFB, it doesn't have a buildup. Like the strongest point is around the center. And the initial movement is like you have to overcome this resistance, and then it falls into this hole, kind of, then stays there. I don't know how you say this. Force goes up, goes over the peak, and then stays here. Didn't I press join? In which way is ACC better than this? I feel probably also because I have several thousand hours on the game. The tire communicates with me more, much more. I feel there's just more information in the FFB. So again, car setup, fuel. Probably don't need as much for the qualifying. Something like that. Plus tires, nothing we need to do. Pressures, I'm just gonna leave as is. And we cannot adjust the wing, not the covers. Is there anything else we can? We cannot adjust the... Where's the electronics here? Electronics not part of the setup, apparently. Oh no, it's here, but locked. You can only do it in car. Okay. Pause versus grip. Yeah, or it's just not in line, right? Because it feels in some situations you steer into this nothingness and then there's still more grip. So it doesn't indicate that really well. Should you steer more or should you not? And the only way for you to find out is try and then see if the car responds visually, because it does not respond in the wheel. Okay, so we have to set the electronics every time with a fixed setup. All right. Actually, we can go low here. I have a feeling. Then we went up here a little. We keep ABS at maximum. Wait at pit exit. Session. Can I drive now, perhaps? I know it's what R Factor 2 already had. Oh yeah, that's annoying. It is annoying. Just save it. iRacing saves it to your actual setup when you set it in car. Here, this green light. Just when I drive out of the pits, just turn it green, man. Or when the session starts, turn it green. But okay. Here. But tire's cold. Let's wait until it's warm. It's responsive. It's okay. Let's see. Where is the valid line? Probably like this. No, it's fun to see a noob DQ, yeah. Gotta make people's experience horrible. Remember that. Always build some traps in the game, so it's more fun for people who play it since a while, but horrible for people who are just joining. Just give them a hard time, okay? Oh. Brake bias also reset. Yeah. Straight up insult them. You want to play a sim, you want the pain. But I think what's good for most people is going to be that they can be aggressive with the throttle here. The TC is going to sort them out. And in terms of access to a game, I feel that is just important. Because a lot of people don't have the time, the skills, the fidelity in their driving. So, they do need a car that sticks. No, you're not. I think if you're a Kuno sim guy, then everybody's gonna feel like this. Like this the entire entering the turn, opening the steering. It's just the same resistance the entire time. It's just kind of something repetitive I do because I know this is the steering angle that works. But it's not the game or the force feedback telling me, hey, this is your correct steering angle. Try more, try less. You just do it and see, does the car rotate more? And then, yeah, I can steer more. Or it doesn't rotate more when I steer more, and then you don't do it again. The rear end, you feel just fine. Like, the rear end is really well connected. Any type of oversteer, if you can manage to get some, is going to be there. I think this is the easy part. The more difficult part is the front axle, and that remains a bit uncommunicative, I would say. It's fine, I think, because, yeah, you can get that information differently. You have a bit of that tire scrub noise now. That seems to be new. You have you have the visual feedback. But yeah, force feedback is just, it's a constant force at the end of the day, not a communicative force. It's not really information in terms of front axle. At least I don't see it. Let's hope this is valid here. Hey Alpha. I don't think they're saying it's early access as an excuse for their FFB. I think their FFB is just that is what they want. It's not what they fail to do or something. That is their design. And it's different than other games. Some people swear by it. Some are puzzled by it. Moving the seat position changes the FFB feeling. Interesting. Oh, I'm way too early here on the brakes. Volker, P2 user. Hello. Oh, now we're half a second down, so we gotta send it more somehow. I just feel it's super understeery. I'd say you can catch a slide. But you can't slide as much as an ACC. You're gonna lose more time here when you do that. Major tram lining when you go on the curb. But as of now, I have not found out how to create any rotation in this. The car's just kind of stuck to its amount of rotation. Once you're in the corner, that's the rotation you have. Nothing in the world is going to add anything to it. No response on the throttle there in terms of rotation. It's just going to be a tiny bit here. We're going to go really low with the TC to get anything. And then here. But maybe you have been binding seat position and force feedback to the same key. A Meta GT3 Sim? Don't think so, because it's only 4 GT3s as well. I feel the qualifying is up already, right? Do we get him another lap? I can't see any timer. Ah, there's a checkered. Rensport, yeah. Yeah. Where's information on the session? Is it anywhere? Am I blind? No. Here? Clock? Target? I don't know. Where's info? Top left. Ah, there where no number is. It could say 0, but okay. Because I think that lap would have been quicker now. But yeah, I feel I need to go really low with TC. You're at half power? What do you mean half power? Yeah, I gotta... At least it understeers a bit more when you crank the wheel, okay? Tiny differences. Well, you say that, but then at the same time in iRacing, you can just spin in the car when you look at the brakes. Well, we saw. I mean, default setup. I don't know if we can actually see the values or something. 20 millimeters of rake, soft spring at the rear, stiffer spring at the front. Where's the roll bars? Am I blind? Ah, here, soft. Rear wing 2. Okay, so it's quite different from ACC, at least. iRacing is already in an update thingy. How long is the race? Standing? Starts in 1 minute. Where is the race length? 20 minutes, so like 10 laps. So we need... Hopefully the fuel calculator is accurate. It's gonna be fine, huh? Do we had full formation lap? Does anybody know? Let's do another lap. Who knows? Is the ABS feeling that good? It does some rattling on the wheel, basically, and pulls the car left and right. So I guess in the end, it seems like we're just going to go max ABS because that's the smoothest setting. It felt like the lower you go with ABS, the more random it becomes in which direction the car pulls. Well, that's some low resolution texture here, but might be my settings. Formation lap has started. Thanks, Eduardo. Ah, yeah, and also we need to adjust it again because, of course, it doesn't save it. And that. I don't have the feedback in the pedal active. I didn't have the time to set it up. Oh, that's a straight up copy from ACC, but okay. Green flag, green flag. Because ACC did it good. We're not dead. Yep, cold tires in a Rouge. Okay, no grip on the outside. But yeah, it doesn't feel like I can do anything to the car. You just turn in and then that's the status of the car. I don't really feel any impact of the trail braking or of the amount of throttle to create rotation, just understeers. Here, a tiny bit of extra rotation on power. Probably need to go even lower. I don't know. Yeah, perhaps. I mean, it's certainly a different tire. But are they going to be so different IRL? I don't know. No clue. Yeah, all good, all good. Ja, das ist setup-seitig bestimmt was machbar, aber jetzt gerade ist halt das Gefühl erstmal untersteuern. Oh, that's an invalid. Hopefully he has a slowdown. I guess he doesn't. Slipstream seems to happen a little bit. And Dennis, if you're still there, so should we go into the ABS? Should we avoid it? What's quicker? Oh, okay. The game is weird right now. I think I have some warping feeling. Oh. Warning. No, the ABS is the force feedback is strong enough. I don't have an issue with the force. It's just the same force from here to the very end. Nee, Micha, heute sind die Spiele dran. Ne? Okay, BOP is a joke. The Ferrari is just pulling away on this right here. Fix it! Unplayable. There's no quali map. Rotate. Why would I go on higher slip angle? Guys, only suggest things when you know what you're saying, please. I have 0 slip here in the car. No, I don't have a SimuCube affiliate link, unfortunately. Not yet. Oh, I think that came from some rotation from the curb. Why should I change TC slip higher? The car is planted. Too planted, if anything. Makes no sense, sir. Yeah, the Ferrari is much faster in the straight line, it seems. And slipstream is too little. Period. We are 0.3, 0.4 behind. We have no chance to get closer. Best FFB for me is still ACC and maybe AM. Automobilista is not bad if you set it up right. Chris. What more than full throttle can I do, mate? No, it's Theo Jude has a suggestion. Just go faster. FPS is between 100, 130 or so. Yeah, so we need to try if there's some open setup racing and then get something that's good, because the understeer is a bit horrific in this, the fixed setup. I don't know, maybe I have damage or something, and that's why I can't go faster in a straight line. Yeah, the race is kind of... I didn't see anything happen since lap 1. Do I have damage? Okay, I had 1% brake input. But yeah, would be nice if it rotated at some point. Oh, a little bit. I also don't feel any difference in where I shift. Torque seems to be completely flat. But what I feel is the game is warping. Like it goes faster, goes slower. That's not good. We are also complaining about the default setup, yeah. I just don't seem to have any drive here. Okay, so where would damage be even? Yeah, I don't know. I'm so slow on the straight. Interesting. No need to fight then? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. My car is different. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the rotation. Assists? Well, I hope not. Where do I see damage? I don't see it in that one. But yeah, so we're complaining about the damage as well, I guess. That car does not move. Well, I don't see damage either. Ah, okay. So I don't have damage, but I'm way slower on the straight. Somehow. Yeah. Yeah, I don't quite get it. How's the feel compared to Evo? That wouldn't be fair for LMU. Okay, there is slipstream apparently. But yeah, I don't have any cornering grip. I don't know what I need to do. Do I just need to turn more? No, it doesn't work. It just doesn't go into the turn. Yeah, I know. I just feel I can't do what the BMW ahead does. It just doesn't stick the same way. TC isn't even engaging, so that's not gonna be it. But yeah, maybe I have some assists which gives me weight penalty or something, I don't know. But I didn't have dirty air before, and the car behind also didn't have dirty air behind me. But there are no soft tires. Yeah, US version. Here, out of the turn, nothing goes. I'm not using DRS. Why would I turn the TC slip angle up, man? Please explain. Please reason with me, mate. Don't just say something. Please. Why would I turn the slip angle up? Let's do maximum, okay? Okay, now it engages the entire time. That's not gonna be faster. Why would it? GC slip like engine equals engine power. Okay. I don't get it. But yeah, what it doesn't feel like you. It doesn't feel like you can do much impact driving wise and placement wise. It doesn't seem like you can squeeze out some rotation with some magic trail braking or something. It just doesn't do anything. It's just stuck. So, 1. No, it's not AI driving, it's... Well, I don't have a motor map qualifying. There's snow. There's safety car and race. There's no qualifying. At least not for me. It just won't turn. Here. But brake bias is on entry, not on exit. I feel, if anything, on the brake, I'm getting closer. Especially last corner, for example, and first turn. But in the corners, this is just endless understeer. No response to the throttle whatsoever in terms of rotation, despite PC being almost off. But the entry, I don't know, it's mid-turn and exit, that's horrible. We gotta check driving aids, because this is too weird here, like Can you adjust pressures? I can, yeah. But I don't know what pressures we should target in this game. I thought it was still like R Factor 2. Just go lowest. So, that was very boring, in fact. Nothing happened. Lowest equals best in terms of PC. Not ABS, I guess. Okay, let's leave the session here. No, the rotation... Ah, lowest best. Yeah. No, rotation was in sync, so that was not the problem. Yeah, basically no racing happened, really. Even being 0.3, 0.4 behind didn't give you enough slipstream on the entire camel straight to get side by side. Yeah, is that here? So, auto clutch is on. Is auto clutch going to make me slower? Invulnerabilities, they're gonna make me slower. Hold brakes, they're gonna make me slower. Hold clutch, they're gonna make me slower. Please tell me. Auto engine start. Wipers? Are wipers slowing me down? Or headlights? Or is it the auto limiter? Doesn't look like any assists here that should give me extra weight. Yeah, Gianmarco, it was weird though. I felt like extremely slower than you did. And the car wouldn't turn. I barely touched the wheel and it was already understeering. I mean, Gianmarco was right behind me. I just don't... I don't know, my car wouldn't turn. Not even on power it would turn. Like nothing. Every time on exit, I went on power and you just pulled away. No matter how aggressive I was, I just couldn't get it to rotate. But what do you do? Throw it into the turn and then kind of keep that slide alive? Or what's the technique? Because I slam the throttle, it doesn't rotate. Or I did have damage that it didn't show or something? I don't know. But it rotated for Gianmarco, it just didn't rotate for me, so I don't know. Must be the auto wipers, yeah. No, I had 111 and it still didn't slip. Yeah, maybe need to do bore steering. But guys, everybody else had the same setup, so if there's another BMW getting around the corner and I don't, it's not the setup. It's okay, keep what a dick, man. How can you be so annoying? Yeah. I take actual solutions, guys. Oh, blinker fluid. But yeah, so okay, what do we do now till... Let me just try again single player or something, or... Auto pit limiter? Why would... yeah, more T-slipping. I'm not just fighting the car, I'm fighting idiots in the chat as well. Have you tried other cars with this updated time on? No, we just started. Literally just started. One sec, I need to check my WhatsApp real quick. Oops. Man. I hate it when the phone does not recognize the word I want to type. Okay. Freddy, initial impression, boring. Like, it's not as boring as iRacing boring, because the car moves a tiny bit at least. But it's not responding to any inputs. You can't make it rotate. It doesn't feel like you can do something about the car. Like, you turn the wheel and it's already in understeer. You add a bit of brake, it keeps understeering. You go full throttle, it keeps understeering. Despite just 5-10 degree steering input or something. No. Why, guys? Why would ABS matter on exit? Please, my braking and turn in were quicker than the other guys. I always got very close there. Only as soon as I went on power, it didn't work. Nein, Don, wir haben das am Anfang schon geklärt. Wir haben ja einen Profi im Chat. Ich habe Schmerzen, wenn ich das lese alles. Oh, do we need to turn off the auto pit limiter? I forgot. Extra speed from turning off auto pit limiter. Where is it? Or do we do that? Let's do it. Turn it off and let's see. That's 10 kilos less. Overall grade. What's the range? Ja, gute Frage.de. A bar I moved to 50%? You mean for feedback? Or you mean the fuel? How much fuel do we have left? Too fast for entry, overheating tires and exit. Oh boy. Yeah. I should reboot the PC or something maybe. 1.8 less or not too much fuel. Ah, crazy. Must be off. Okay. But I didn't have TC engagement really on corner exits, so it's not that. Federspannung erhöht. Well, at least you guys have fun. So it says we're registered, which of course is not true. We could go to another track. Yes, GPU. Probably running too high FPS. Wrong livery. One to 10. I don't know. So I was hoping this would be you jump in and then you're like, oh, nice. This responds to all my inputs. I have a lot of control of the car. It has power. I can slide it a bit, play with that, but it's a bit stale, I would say. You just turn it in and then you sit there for the entire call and like, okay, will it ever rotate? No. Let's try aggressive throttle. No. Let's try a bit of trail braking. No. Try clip the curb to get rotation. Actually, no. Yeah, maybe next thing is praying. Yeah, let's try higher ABS for more acceleration. That was probably it. But yeah, it wasn't exciting. Maybe that's the best way to put it. Maybe GT3s are boring IRL and ACC somehow got life into GT3s that they don't have IRL, but that's the difference. I don't know. I feel in ACC the cars are interesting. They are alive. You have influence on what they do. You can make them rotate into the turn with the right amount of trail braking. You can overdrive one axle on purpose or overdrive the other axle on purpose, and you can play with it. But here I don't feel I can make an impact. No, ACC is faster because the cars are faster, more power, more downforce. So that's the difference between SRO and WEC, so that is expected. Maybe 6 out of 10, maybe just past half mark. And then if you go to AMS, for example, you have, no matter the setup, no matter how understeer you make it, you always have rotation available. It's just up to the driver to pick it up, basically. Right? You just steer more, it will rotate. You just give it power, it's going to rotate. You trail it, it's going to rotate. But here, nothing makes it rotate. So, I don't know. In ACC, something will make you understeer. Some things will make the car rotate. Automobilista, everything makes the car rotate. Right now, default setup, LMU, nothing makes the car rotate. Yeah, I don't know, Gianmarco. I don't know. Let's try other cars. You're probably right. Let's see if there's another daily in another car. 56 minutes, 26 minutes. So did we just miss one, or is the gap that long? How about this? 17 minutes. Open setup, I guess. Yeah, we can try without TC. There is one registration, so we try and do this one-on-one. You say different car. So Dennis, which one is the quickest? Is it McLaren? McLaren is always too fast. I just despise the sound. Ferrari sound I despise as well. So probably we're talking Corvette here, are we? What's the good car? I'd say though we stick with the BMW and try to make it work when the setup is open now. The best 3D3 is not in the update yet. Which is it? Nah. Wait, let's. This is not Texas. It just said Texas. Now it's Interlagos. Okay. Bentley. Well, mid-engine is always useful for turning. I don't know. I like Texas. It's a mystery setup. So we're building a setup for Interlagos now, and then we're joining a Texas server. Gotcha. I think the game crashed, by the way. No. It might still be alive. Or not? Oh, might have crashed again. It uncrashed itself. Now it's 0%, so I think we're there. We have sound. First time shaders for Interlagos. So it is Texas after all. Cedric, I don't know, but it would be interesting. So, Dennis, what do we do with the dock? Hey, oh no, wait. We crashed back into the lobby. We're not even in the session. So what happens? You were unable to join the server. Please try again later. I'll try again now. Thank God I'm only paying for 1 month, not an entire year. Connection lost. Cool. So let's unregister. Turn advanced race. Locked. We can't do advanced. We cannot do multi-class, unfortunately. Okay. Can we... Is there a weekly race that is happening? No, that is in 2 days. A special event. There's a special event in 50 minutes. a lounge party. Lounge party? Why is it twice? Okay. I feel I want to sit like 1 meter back to see all these big tiles. It's so much space for so little information. Are you confident the AC Evo experience is an improvement? Yes. Like, absolutely. I just, like, for me personally, everything, whatever Kunos considers for Evo to be, for me, it personally, it would be enough. Take Evo physics, put them on ACC, and we'd have a game for the next 5 years. I'd, of course, like faster cars too, but that would be already fine for me. But, yeah. So, I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do now. So there's only fixed that we cannot do the open setup. Unless we do the Ferrari. Evo is going to be early access as well. This is still in 57 minutes, so it didn't move. No. Let's try it one final time, okay? One final time. No server. Okay, so this is not happening for whatever reason. Then we just do single player. I want to play with the setup. Just join a hosted. Okay. Do you have one? Hosted. But my rotation on the brakes was fine. I did not have an issue on the brakes. I was gaining on the brakes, and I did the car, and I got the car into the apex. I just didn't get it away from the apex. I feel I have a good sense for where the issue is. And I couldn't rotate it on power. I could rotate it on the brakes, so I don't think the brake was the issue. I was gaining on the brakes on the guys ahead easily. So I kind of want to do the same track, but here there is some people on it, and Le Mans is going to be pretty boring with the GT3 LMs when they have so little power. So let's try Interlagos. I know, Pedro. I'm working on it. We just have to figure out what works. How did this compare to Evo? It would be unfair, because you shall see. It's not too far away. It's just 6 weeks or something, guys. You'll bear with it. I don't know. Somehow we can't join. Something is wrong here. You are unable to join the server as well. Okay, why? I restart the game, okay? Because something is broken here. Yeah, already banned. They implemented some AI that's listening to streamers. Okay, you're not seeing it, but it crashed now when I wanted to quit it. That wasn't necessary. They already wanted to end it. No need to crash it. Remind me to make sure the subscription is not auto-renewing. Will you check Super Tours on Race Room? No. Like, I feel at some point, some games, you need to draw a line and call it a day. And I decided that Race Room is not making a comeback. It's too old. Let's move on. And I'm not sure that adding 35-year-old cars is going to revive the game, because the people that are doing sim racing, the new people that are coming to sim racing, have never in their life built any relationship to a BMW E30, to a Mercedes 190, to a Audi B1 or whatever. So no. I need to verify my game file. Why? I just updated it. I don't want to verify my game files. I want to play it. But maybe I'm asking too much. Yeah. Maybe it makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. We shall find out. So we try this again. Let's just see. It now says Interlagos here. Join server. Join server. The circle of death is circling. You're spoiled. Yeah, sorry that I've sunk in already 100 euros into LMU and it won't let me play. Just kidding. No, it's pretty much exactly that. So we're also not joining the server. Guess it's not working. Exit to desktop, which means the game needs to crash. Then we do the... Oh, didn't crash at least. It just ended. So let me try this game file integrity stuff. Where is it? Properties, installed files. Verify integrity of the game. Let's see, 5%. It's going to take a moment, guys. We are here for it. You just bought it? No, go play it, mate. Go play it. Maybe you like it. Maybe it grabs you and you say, wow, that's the best shit ever. Pedro, that is a very fair point. Very much. Like, you need to be able to start it and play immediately. Because the way we're trying here is already too much for a lot of people in their day. You bought PGA 2K23. Does it have Mar-a-Lago, though? Definitely need that golf course. So verifying files is at 85%. We're almost done. Yeah, I don't know why. 8 files failed to validate and will be reacquired. Maybe now I get working default setup. Okay, why I 8 files broken? I didn't touch the game since the last patch, and it already broke itself. And no, but ACC didn't charge you 100 euros before it worked. Try tomorrow. When you'll be playing AMS2 again. The issue a bit right now is that there's too much happening and I can't really commit to something. Like, I want to see how iRacing develops. I want to see how LMU does. I want to see how... And AMS already works. But I feel in Automobilista, while the driving is okay, it's not insane, I'd say. It's okay. But what lacks around Automobilista, and you can feel that, it feels very much like a game. The entire interface, the game mechanics aren't all working. It all seems still... It's not a whole experience, so to say. It's not solid all the way through. I don't know, the menus are a bit odd, the options in the game are a bit odd, the way you're routed through a race weekend on a server is a bit odd and not smooth yet. So the information the game has on the screen is not entirely thought through and finished. Yeah, nor has this. That's why ACC works, because ACC is a complete package. You can always argue it's not 100% realistic. There are flaws in the physics, things here, things there, but you can go to ACC and it's going to work. And it's going to present you all the information and it's going to be consistent and it's going to be, I don't know, it's responsive as a software. Okay, let's try this again with change files. Just get something going. I'm trying here. How's the driving experience? I think someone earlier deducted a 6 out of 10 out of the observation. Joint server. Maybe BMW is not allowed. Just doesn't work, guys. So I guess this doesn't work. Why is it always me? I cannot comment on AC Evo content, of course, guys. Impossible. Let's try another lobby. Maybe this one works. Join server. Join server. You are unable to join the server. Here it says under the camera. Unable to join the server. You were unable to join the server. Please try again later. I try later. Doesn't work. Try another. Hey, Lewis. I'll try another livery. Why do you hate WRT though? Yeah, it shows the wrong livery. It's take an entirely different car, okay? Oh, why do you hate WRT? I'm gonna tell them. Okay, so it's one of the WRT liveries apparently. Steve not happy. If you've seen this in 3 streams, then maybe it's real, though. That's a good way to put it, Gizmo. Cheers, Lewis. Thanks for watching. Okay, now we have a different car. Practice ends in 5 minutes, so we don't have much time to do anything. Presets. So let's take out some fuel, because that's going to be too much. I get a feeling we want to have more rotation, because if that is... I feel that was fine. Even though Dennis said to me, go high on the TC, low on the cut. But I feel it was perfectly drivable with all settings on low. Suspension, spring rate. Oh, nice units. It's an American car, I guess, so it might make sense. Rear spring already stiffer than the front, I take it. Some bump stops on the front. Let's add some rake, perhaps, just to be sure we get the rotation we need. Anti-roll bar, very stiff on the front, so let's add some on the rear, remove some on the front. Let's see how this goes. Rear wing, what track are we on? Interlagos. Just to click off everything. Why would fuel ratio matter? This thing doesn't have a battery, does it? Join Brent a private server. He'll help me with the setup. Not sure. Maybe we have deactivated the auto pit limiter. Maybe it's fast now. Oh. But Steve, you can't be mad with me for what I'm experiencing here. I'm not even... Let's wait for the tires to be warm. This feels slippery. Patch Notes von iRacing. Die Patch Notes nicht, aber sie hatten ja ein Development Update gegeben vor ein paar Wochen. Das habe ich natürlich gelesen. Change steer ratio. But on the BMW we ran the most aggressive ratio there was, for example. This is Le Mans Ultimate, the official WEC game. Okay. Convection cooling. They're just throwing terms at us right now. Well, this has more entry rotation, at least by default, and it's going to move a little on the throttle as well. Sehr interessant, Corlivica, weil wenn du mal mein letztes iRacing-Video guckst, da wollten mir ja alle erklären, dass die Reifen richtig abkühlen in iRacing, weil sie die Reifen an der Luft gar nicht kühlen, sondern auf dem Asphalt kühlen. Das ist so lustig einfach. Hey Stitchy, I don't know. It's a bit... I think we used the word stale earlier. Oh wow, yeah, the RPM. Using more and less space all the time. No uni space. Yeah, it's the wrong font basically, where each number has different width. Ja, Tobi. Hallo. Okay. So this car again at least moves the rear a little bit. Ja, Kova, ich habe ja ein paar Aufnahmen vom alten Patch, dann kann man das auf jeden Fall testen. Vergleichen mit dem neuen. I don't know, it's something with iRacers that they are like the most offended with if you say something in their game isn't right. I feel like on all other games people kind of acknowledge that their game isn't perfect, but on iRacing, iRacers are always like, nope, this is perfect and you may not criticize. Does it feel different to R-Factor 2 GT3? Honestly, I have no memory of that, but I think so. I think in RF2 you always send the car into this kind of stuck yaw angle in the corner, and you don't have that here. Nah, it's definitely different than R-Factor. Is it good? I don't know. Yeah. This game mechanic wise is a bit annoying. It just stops. Throws you out. You were unable to join the server. Verdict so far, I think we somebody deducted out of my words a 6 out of 10, but I wouldn't say that myself. I've not decided yet. Like, this is a shitty experience here. The practice just ends and it throws you out. Why can't I just, even if the server dies, can't I just keep driving? Like an ACC server dies, I keep driving, no problem. I decide when to leave. Online. So let's try one more. We have 2 more cars to look into. Let me quickly check here. One second, guys. Yeah, the BMW, I mean, but we also already changed the setup on the Corvette, and also from the setup, it was set up less understeery to begin with by the looks of it. Okay, so where do we have a session that still has time left? This one, 2 hours 45, but it feels the 2 hours 45 were the time they chose when they started the server. It's not the time left on the server, right? So if we join here, let's do it with a Corvette again. I can't. Can I join with this Corvette, perhaps? I can't. Okay, let's try a different server then. Hypercars and GT3s. That sounds interesting. Oh, now I can't click anything because something crashed. It's gone. I start again. Maybe it destroyed his files again. So it seems like in the BMW you can turn off the TC pretty much. It's not able to spin up the rears. In the Corvette it seems like it has enough torque to spin up the rears. So you can use the TC actually. So maybe for you, if you say it's hard to drive, add some TC, it's gonna be fine. Your LMU hasn't crashed once in the last 3 months, yeah. Lucky you. For me, it's... I mean, once you're driving, it seems fine. Like these hard crashes that make anything impossible, they're gone. But like right now, the online stuff to join anywhere seems to be a bit weird. So, Sebring, I'm not going to torture myself. So we tried this one, Hypercar and GT3. Yeah, over time it will have bricked all the files itself. Do we do McLaren? No, I think let's stay with the Corvette for a moment. And we can join. No propeller 3D, I would agree that is the same for me. You cannot. That is just the tire. The tire still seems to produce a similar amount of grip at a variety of slip angles, and that's why nothing in the steering wheel changes. There doesn't seem to be much of a peak grip. There's still... Maybe if anything, there's a bit of a peak and then it fades off very slowly or something, but... Even with TC4, BMW will spin its rears, completely lit the rears up when trying a cutback or a journey. That's the thing. I was just driving Spar and you can just watch the stream back. I was slamming the throttle and the rear end would not move. So maybe I didn't have enough power. I don't know. And that's how it felt. I didn't have enough power. So the setup we just did is probably gone. So rear wing, one click less. Then we're just going to, what do we do? This can all be fairly low. Maybe we can go a little higher here on those because the car was sliding a bit. Engine mixture has safety car and race. We stick with race. Preload. Probably don't need that there. Camber. I think we're gonna add some camber, are we? That's plenty. Let's go 4. I don't understand why Why they would put such low camber in the default setup? It doesn't make any sense. Brake pedal, okay, okay. Some cooling, blah blah. It's weird to have the electronics separated, kinda, to have the ABS down here with the brakes and the TC stuff somewhere else, but okay. Different way to sort stuff. Alright. And we already did that. Anti-roll bar. Let's go a little higher here, a little lower here. And then C. And we already had the aggressive steer ratio. Or not. Yeah, I think this kind of... No, the steer ratio is always the same. What we're adjusting is how much the front tires can actually turn. So the steer ratio is always the same. But I mean, full camber is always the meta in race cars. You always put it until the limit where the tire manufacturer says, well, from here it's not our fault. So, max camber it is, you say, huh? 5. And 4.5. Let's go half a thingy down, okay? just limit some room. Interlagos again, guys. Oh, wow. Oh, he's still searching the pit limiter? No, he has it. Do a Max Verstappen? I don't want to say the word, but on cold tires, things are definitely a bit floaty. Number 2. Do you feel the ABS in the game? Yeah, you get some shaking on the steering wheel, which is probably coming from the tire directly. It doesn't seem to be like a, hey, if ABS is on, do this vibration on the wheel. It does seem related to the tire, and the car is pulling left, right, and little if you are on low ABS levels. Because engagement comes a bit later then. But on high levels, it's acting rather smooth. Dennis, what is the word you're using for it? Because I think you know what I mean. You certainly do. Here, this, right? The word I don't want to say. But you agree? Is it gonna be off track? No? Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, this rear end moves a bit more. No, oversteer was perfectly fine, I'd say. It goes quite loose quite quickly, so it's snappy, but it's not uncatchable if you're quick. And if you're careful, you can slide with that a bit, so I think that is fine. It's just not, I don't know, it's somehow not a sharp feeling in the force feedback. It's all there, but it's all so much the... Maybe, yeah, I think that's it. Like, the entire force feedback is like one single amount of force in both directions. So it's either trying to put the wheel back into the center with, I don't know, 6 Newton meters, and the oversteer is going to be 6 Newton meters. And you're either 6 Newton meters into one direction or 6 Newton meters into the other. Apart from some ABS hits that you're getting. Yeah, and this car also rotates with power. You can play with it. That's much better. So whatever was wrong with the BMW before is not the case here. And if you're too aggressive into the turn, it's also oversteering. Also at higher speeds in 4th gear, low RPM, it's still gonna rotate a bit more. But yeah, the FFB is always very light, even if it's set high. It's weird. Apart from going away from the center, like that prevents something, but afterwards it's just dull. I drove the hypercars the other day when I got the Simracing 2 base, just to dial it in on all the games. And I felt that was a lot of detail, but here in the GT3s there's just not much, same settings. I had the VRS before. I mean, we can check the menu after this lap. Tires also don't really want to get proper warm here, do they? Oh, fine by that HUD. Apparently. Settings, controls, force feedback. Strength 30. We can go a little higher here, but that's not gonna be the thing, because then it's just a higher constant force. Collision strength down. Steering torque sensitivity. No need for that. Center boost. No, no, no. It's just... There's nothing you can set up here. No, like guys, my settings are not the issue, please. Trust me, I'm not too stupid to set up FFB. It's just the same and more now. It remains the same thing that after the initial, once you're in the turn, the entire force is just always the same. It's been like this since day one. It's not a... Again, we're not talking about the force feedback really. We're talking about the tire, because the force feedback is a direct result of the tire. So we should talk about that if anything. And it's the V word. Kyle, I don't know. I'm not making the PR. A reconstruction filter is to A, keep the bass less loud, and B, to stop the oscillation on the straight, which I don't have here, which is good. We should probably run more wing here. Yeah, this seems fine. The track limits are weird. In some corners, the white light is the limit, the white line. And then in others, like here, it's like, just go anywhere, bro. And it's valid. Or is it not showing me anything because it was already invalid? Then you can go wide there. Yeah. Well, let's find out. But yeah, it's hard to... Oopsie, that was a bit snappy. Is it here too then? Should probably find out. Wait, it's only there. We don't have it here. I'll try again next lap. Nice to have fuel. Yeah, I just forgot the place. And for LMU, I kind of need to move the camera because it's covering the delta. But yeah, it's this constant force in the force feedback. That's just, I don't know. It weirds me out. He's trying cold tires. Oh, that's invalid. Yep. I need to redefine the breakpoint there a lot. If we're going that line. Yeah, it's because I'm braking way under the limit, because there's no reference. Yeah, I know it's not a problem of LMU. It's a problem of the class, but it could use some power. The cars are just a bit slow. Okay. Don't know what else to say. Return to garage, quit to main menu. Will we ever find that server again though? Can we join that server back in a different car? Let's just do the Ferrari real quick. But then I think I've seen enough. Yeah, it's funny that there's no GT3 Porsche and yet it's there. It was this one. Can I select the car? Yeah. Well, any is gonna do it. I know, Ricardo, I know. It's just so weird that this is a thing. It's so weird that there can be a car that is not there, that there's a 3D model loaded that is not there. Why can't they load a dummy GT3 model but not the actual model? There's probably a good reason, but it shouldn't be there. Somebody joins in the Ferrari. It should be Ferrari. Or that. Guys, let's do a couple more laps here. And then we'll call it a day. Turn down the electronics. Let's see. And then we'll continue tomorrow. Maybe a bit much fuel. I know it's a placeholder. I get it. Why is there a placeholder? That is my question. Yeah, iRacing is releasing today, but surely I don't know if the downtime has ended, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Was the engine on already? Yeah, but it's the same thing. I don't care for the reason. With so many things, I don't care for the reason. Yeah. Substantial updates to iRacing are that the GTPs are getting kind of parts of their new tire or something. There definitely is a update to the tires on GTP and LMP2 perhaps. That definitely is faster. Okay, it reset the TC, of course. So it's cutting too much. At least right now, this keeps a more constant rotation through the turn. There are differences between the cars, but I feel the tire feeling dominates it a bit. The problem with that is not the color, the problem is that it is a thing. Okay, this car is more grippy, but I guess it also has less torque initially on throttle. Even though I know from ACC or from RS, we know that the Ferrari has crazy throttle response. It doesn't seem so here. Seems to be very, very linear and very smooth power deployment. But none of that really matters. Like, as long as you can do with it what you want. Yeah, probably just different shape. Or that. Yeah, this car has much more front end bite. Steve, why don't you watch somewhere else if you don't like that? It's no problem. I'll move on. I'll live. Why are you so angry? I don't get it. If you're having a great experience, then just go on and have a great experience. Nobody's gonna be angry with you. But if we're expressing, and if I'm expressing what I feel, and you kind of just disagree or try to nullify what I feel, this is not gonna work, mate. If you say this is good, then I acknowledge that you think this is good, and then move on. But you can't go on and tell me that what I feel is just wrong. It doesn't work like that. What I feel, I can't feel what I'm feeling because you feel it differently. That's not how it works, mate. How do you get feedback? Are you asking me, Ricardo? Or are you asking him? Most people here are too young for that book. But yes. Oh, there's our non-issue Porsche again. Yeah, that's definitely gaining time. Coming in from so wide. But yeah, this car seems fine. If you want to sum it up, it's somehow... doesn't matter. Second gear is better. I feel Ferrari is OP. Because it still rotates even when the ABS kicks. Other cars lose more rotation when the ABS is engaging. Yeah. Best of the three so far. By far. With a default setup. Didn't change anything except electronics. So, guys, this is probably... Yeah. I think also faster than what I did with the others. Summary, and then I'll catch a break here. Because there's only so much to try, really. That would be the McLaren, but we're going to skip that part. Fundamentally, still feels like LMU. Maybe there are differences to the tire. Maybe you can do a bit of sliding here and there, and yeah, there can be bigger snaps that you can still catch. But what I'm missing is the game does not communicate that one point of grip. Perhaps because there is no point of maximum grip, or because it does not communicate it well. So it could be force feedback, but I feel it is the tire itself that doesn't have just a peaky amount of maximum grip. It always has that range, and when you go into that range, it can quickly drop, and then it's now on a higher level after that drop, so you can catch those slides still. But I feel there's still the grip comes up, and then there's a range where the grip is kind of optimal with various slip angles. And this is just a fundamental feel of the game. And iRacing couldn't be more different, where you have a very peaky slip and then it drops very sharply. And I think the issue that I have in the end with the driving is that there isn't this pronounced one thing you have to chase. You have to just live with this tiny bit of vagueness, the word we shall not say. Have you read the release notes? Yeah, I have. Actually, I think I still have them open somewhere. Or maybe I closed them earlier when I started the stream. But I read this, yeah. That was something tire. The peak is wide, yeah. The peak is a mountain range, so to say. No, that will be a stress, okay? That will be too much. It's just not very pronounced when you're over, or when you're at or over that maximum. The maximum is a bit of guesswork. Oh, there's so many words to describe it, but yeah, it's not a point we're chasing here. I felt the Ferrari probably felt the best of the three so far. I don't know if that is all right. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I wouldn't say this is not a real simulator. Real tires differ. Some real tires will have a wider range. Some real tires will have a more peaky grip level. Some real tires will have sharper drop-off. Some will have less sharp drop-off. But what I can't get rid of as a whole, in terms of audio, force feedback, the variation in the car behavior, it all comes across a tiny bit stale to me. Same way, nor similar way that iRacing comes across stale to me. There is just a very distinct certain way that you drive iRacing, for example. And it doesn't matter which car, except some Formula cars, except some cars that perhaps already have a newer tire, blah, blah, blah. But this game here is similarly dominated, I feel, by the tire. And what I also feel is, and that's the thing with the hypercars, and when I tried something last week, not even on the latest patch, downforce fundamentally changes how the cars feel. And once you go faster, this narrow, or this wide window in the tire gets narrower the more downforce you have, and that point in the grip gets more clear. And the slower you go, the less downforce you have, or in GT3s, less downforce, slower in general, you just have that range of grip, so to say, that is somewhat acceptable. Very difficult to explain, but I was hoping this would be like a more fundamental change, perhaps. Right, I feel that the overall feeling in the game somewhat remains, even if there is over the edge, there's a bit of a different feeling now, and perhaps that part has gotten better, but it's still this range in itself that is just something that I'm weirded out by. I'm not saying that it's necessarily wrong. Perhaps the Michelin tires are like that. Then I need to find games that doesn't use Michelin tires. I don't know, but that is a bit of the thing. It's like just that feeling of a very cold tire just gets a bit better, but it never disappears to feel somewhat like a cold tire, if you know what I mean. Because if you go out in ACC on the cold tire in the Porsche Cup or the GT2s, for example, they have this as well, right? They have very little grip. And when there's this wide range of slip to grip where the car is kind of the same. But once the tire builds up temperature and pressure, then this point, that ever more getting towards a point of ideal grip. And here I feel from the cold tire towards the warm tire, it doesn't narrow as much. It still kind of keeps this plateau, so to say. And I don't know, right or wrong. It felt the least like that on the Ferrari, I'd say. The Ferrari was the most planted car here. The Corvette was the most moving on the tire. I don't know what the BMW was. That was just understeer. I need to try that again. Then we didn't go for the McLaren. But if you want to give this a try, somehow the Ferraris in this game turn out the best. Automobilista does not have it narrow, no, but I still feel it's more pronounced. It is the same in Automobilista too, when downforce increases, that it gets narrow. It gets more clear, I'd say. Like, take an F1 car, it's very clear, I think, for example. But also, Automobilista now, with the latest update, they don't have this ability in the car anymore where you can just use any slip angle and it's going to be fine. No, it won't. Especially if you take the Formula Ultimate, for example, this car will be planted until it's not, but there is no leeway in there. There's no room. There is no, let's slip it a bit and work with that. No, it doesn't work anymore. Which still works the slower you get, or the slower the cars become. Like if you take those 90s DTM cars in Automobilista, they will still move a lot on the tire, still have huge tire walls, and still feel this squishiness, so to say. I wouldn't go by rotation is the wrong thing there, but maybe. No, peak grip can be a point, but peak grip can already happen across a range of tire slip. And that is the difference, right? You can increase the steering, and then you feel, oh, there's nothing more to have here. And it's a very crisp experience and very sharp for you, and you immediately notice. And then there are games where like, oh, I can steer like this. Oh, I can also steer like this, and I can steer even like this, and I'm not quite sure where the optimal point is. And that is a bit the issue still with LMU for me right now, even though much narrower on the Ferrari, it seems. So maybe LMU is just a Ferrari simulator, who knows? And tomorrow we'll find out if the too narrow peak of iRacing or the too sharp drop-off of iRacing has seen a major change. So tune in tomorrow again. We might do this actually early after my morning dog walk, and then see how that goes. But I think for the time being here, we're gonna quit LMU. I think there are some positives here past the limit. The limit itself, for me, still too much of a range. And some issue-ridden experience here with not being able to join servers, but they'll surely figure this out. So for the time being, thanks for joining. See you tomorrow if you have the time for iRacing.